Hello and welcome to Reels to Rentals. This is Susie Rogers here with David Williams, my husband. We're the owners of Northside Video here in McMinnville, Tennessee. Glad to see you back. We've got a special show for you today. This is a Labor Day show we thought we'd put in here. Now, there's a lot of ways we could have went with this, but we decided to go the comedy route on this show. So me and Dave thought this might be something you could sit back and think about some of these movies on Labor Day, huh, Dave?
Well, think about them and get a good laugh about them. And remember, the labor market in America, there was nothing humorous about.
No.
When everybody was fighting to get rights and better working conditions and things. But thankfully now, a lot of just government regulations are there and stuff that really helps the working class people. And America's been through its ups and downs on labor and exports, imports, back and forth, and
overseas influence. And I think that's, even harassment on the workplace. And I think these 5 movies shows a little bit in their own way of a lot of the problems we faced in recent times with labor.
Yes, and a lot of them are that normally, sometimes you're not treated the best and you're expected just to sort of suck it up and go with it. You remember a few years ago, I heard that whenever the labor unions was actually formed and come into being, that at that point in time, it equalized pay for men, women, ethnic groups, everything. So that's something that we don't hear much about now.
No, but I think it still exists. I still think there are minority groups, racial, sexual, that still play a second part, take second stage to men in the workforce, so, even in this 2023 year we're in.
And these movies right here remind you that a lot of times it's the women that's in there driving stuff.
That's right. They always say there's a good woman behind any man. That's powerful. So.
See, you're right there. But we picked, 5 movies?
5 movies. They're all comedies. They do show a comedic side of problems in the workforce. So hopefully as we go through these, we can explain to our viewing audience why we chose these movies and what they are telling us about labor in the movie.
There we go.
There we go. Well, the first trailer we're going to take a look at is the movie Take This Job and Shove It.
I want to officially welcome you to the Ellison Group of Companies and to Pickett's Beer. I think that you'll find our method of operation will make for a higher output and a smoother running machine. Thank you.
Up yours! Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more.
This is the comedy about a young man who has it all. Women, money, success. And who gambles it all by going back to his hometown, taking over the local brewery, and taking on the establishment.
Hey! Where's the football? Man wants the ball. Let's give him the ball.
Take this job and shove it. Working here no more. My woman done left and took all the reason I was working for. You better not try to stand in my way as I'm walking out the door. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more.
You can take your job and shove it.
Robert Hayes, star of Airplane, Barbara Hershey, Martin Mull, and Art Carney as Pickett.
Take this job and shove it.
Take this job and shove it.
That was a trailer for Take This Job and Shove It. from 1981, and it was brought to us by Embassy Pictures. It stars Robert Hayes, Barbara Hershey, and David, our own David Keith from Knoxville, Tennessee in this movie.
You know, was a fun movie to watch. Brought up, you know, of course, had to be a brewery.
Mm-hmm.
It had a lot of the feel of the Dukes of Hazzard in it.
Yes, it did.
You know, the mud, the racing, the pickups, the jumping, and then sort of how new owners was trying to shaft out the old employees.
Yep, that is the labor problem in this one.
And needless to say, the recording artist that inspired this movie did a wonderful job with it.
With the soundtrack, the title song.
You'll tell them who it is.
Oh, yeah, Johnny Paycheck, and was written by none other than David Allen Coe.
Which both of them are in the movie.
That's right, they have cameos in the movie.
So, you know, I remember one David Keith movie that he did.
Officer and a Gentleman?
No, this is The Adventures of Tennessee Buck. He wore a UT hat through the whole movie.
Oh, he's a big UT fan.
So
He still supports the Vols. And, you know, and it was sort of, I always thought when he was young, he and Patrick Swayze could have played brothers in a movie. Because, you know, I don't know, I just thought he always sort of looked like
that
Patrick
feel,
Swayze. Yeah.
more than his brother did.
Yeah.
You know, so, but there, you know, there's a little bit of that fun Southern twisted to the comedic side. A whole lot different than Norma Ray would have been with the textile.
Well, that's right. You know, we had talked about Norma Ray, but with 4 comedies and then one dead serious, I thought, nah, let's go all comedy.
Yep.
Okay. The next trailer we want to take a look at, and I really enjoyed this movie, is Gun Ho.
Hey, Hunt, today is the big day.
Hey, I'll give it to him.
We're counting on you.
Hey, Mrs. Broniak, this face is on the case.
Hunt Stevenson invited the Japanese.
You know, my dad was over here with the Army in, I guess it was 1940. Hey, did you decorate this place yourselves?
To put his town back to work.
Welcome to your first day with the Sun Motors.
Now, everything is on his shoulders.
Let's do it and do it our way.
I thought it handled great.
And it's all in the hands of Ron Howard, the director of Splash and Cocoon.
This is great.
What could possibly go wrong?
Good question. Let's go find out. We must be a team.
In Japan, our code is 0% of defect. How'd you slip by?
Everyone thinking only of company.
See, we have our own way of making cars.
This is Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes?
I've heard a lot of talk about how good the Japanese businessmen are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't get it. I don't see it. I'm not impressed.
You're fired.
He's coming!
I can't stand it anymore.
Safety glass.
You failed. They're closing down the factory and going back to Japan.
I'm calling all the guys, and we're coming over to get you.
Oh, don't drown yourself. At least take off your watch.
I would love another chance. I know we could do better.
Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it?
Paramount Pictures presents
I came to tell you you were great tonight. I was really proud of you.
Michael Keaton
Whoa, yikes. Whoops. Whoa.
in a Ron Howard production.
Is it just me, or do you hate the way your shorts feel when they get wet?
I actually kind of like it.
Really?
Gung Ho.
That's all, folks.
That was a trailer from Gun Ho from 1986 from Paramount Pictures. This stars Michael Keaton, Getty Watanabe, and Mimi Rogers. Now, I didn't remember that Getty was in this movie. I keep seeing him there again. He was in 16 Candles.
Yeah, as the houseboy or whatever.
Well, the foreign exchange student.
Yeah. So, you know, this movie come out just a few years after Nissan had set down in Smyrna.
Right.
And you know, of course, it's dealing with the Chinese car factories and the honor and all that stuff. And poor Michael Keaton, he just gets a real rough side of it.
Well, you know, he has to go to Japan to beg these people to come reopen this manufacturing plant who employs about everybody in this town. Of course, that's the way it always is in these unemployment stories. Everybody works for the factory. But he did a wonderful job of it. And then he has to, his buddies and the Japanese managers, you know, he has to sort of balance that thing there, and it takes all he can do to keep everything in check and makes promises he can't keep, because these people sort of set down on him, the American workers, because this whole working in the Japanese way was foreign. And I think, you know, there's a lot of people, even here with Yorozu in different places, who have had to adapt to the different, you know, we used to have a 40-hour work week, and we're back up to working long, long days.
Right, 12-hour days. You know, we fought forever to get an 8-hour day. Now it's, you know, you work till you get it done. But I thought that the whole concept of this movie worked out well. And, you know, and this is one that's sort of under the radar for most of Michael Keaton fans.
Yeah, this is one of his early movies.
You know, heck, it wasn't, well, I guess Mr. Mom had been out a little bit and stuff, but Multiplicity and stuff had not worked out yet. And, of course, Mimi Rogers' role in it was well done.
Right.
But take a look at it. It sort of gives you a different outlook on the Oriental market and the Oriental thinking on manufacturing.
And Americans don't have to get used to working under that thinking.
Now there's plenty of it.
Oh, yeah. So that was Gun Ho. So the next movie we want to take a look at deals with the woman in the workplace. Let's take a look at the trailer for 9 to 5.
20th Century Fox presents a tribute to anyone who has ever been overworked, underpaid, and pushed to the edge by an ungrateful boss. They arrive promptly at 9, because if they're not on time, they know they'll get the sack. But before they begin the daily grind, the boss takes his cup black. They remember each date, make sure he's not late, and keep everything organized. They reserve tables for brunch or a 3-martini lunch while they dine on burgers and fries.
This road.
They listen to all his problems. They do their best to please. And even if they run the show, he gets paid for their ideas.
Great work.
And so long as he's alive, from 9 to 5, but what will go on when the light finally dawns that it's time to get back at that man? Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and Dolly Parton. 9 to 5.
That was a trailer for 9 to 5 from 1990 from 20th Century Fox. This stars Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and of course our own Dolly Parton. And this shows you how tough it was, and you can tell this movie was done late 80s, early 90s, because in the trailer you will see beautiful shoes and wonderful clothes.
And big hair.
And big hair.
Yep. You know, and of course we don't encourage you to take this kind of action against your boss.
Oh no, poor Dabney Coleman, now he suffered at the hands of these 3 ladies, I guess.
But he caused them plenty of grief.
He did.
Now, you know, and finally, though, when they all had enough, it was enough, and here we go. Of course, this is one of them movies that I think the song has almost outlasted the movie.
I think so too. You know, another song that, well, probably can take this job and shove it. It's outlasted the movie also, but Dolly wrote this song for the movie.
And, you know, did well with it, performed it, and probably still performs it at different times. But you couldn't have asked for a better group of ladies to work.
Good chemistry, it seemed like.
And, you know, there's the rumor that they're going to remake it with a modern twist.
Oh, really?
And I think that these are collaborators, so we'll have to see how that's going to work.
Well, it'd be nice.
Yeah, as long as they don't throw it on like just Lifetime or something like that.
Netflix.
Anyway, for a whole different look into almost the 2000 era.
Oh, right. Our next movie, let's take a look at the trailer for Office Space.
From Mike Judge, creator of Beavis and Butthead and co-creator of King of the Hill, comes a movie about people who go to work. Who are part of a team.
And remember, next Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day.
Okay, but I could set the building on fire.
Who respect their boss.
We need to talk about your flair.
Well, I have 15 pieces on.
15 is the minimum. Brian, for example, has 37 pieces of flair on today. And a terrific smile.
And need to escape.
I don't like my job, and I don't think I'm gonna go anymore. One of these days, I just kick this.
I'm thinking now it might be more fun to just get fired. And I've always wondered what that would take.
Oh, Peter, listen.
Well, it looks like you've been missing quite a bit of work lately.
Well, I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
That's just a straight shooter with upper management written all over him.
We're going to be getting rid of these people here. Mr. Samir, not going to work here anymore anyway.
You haven't been showing up and you get to keep your job.
Actually, I'm being promoted.
Thank you, Bob.
This is a suck.
Now on the DVD that doesn't suck, including 8 employee favorite deleted scenes.
I believe you have my stapler.
And a Behind the Cubicle featurette from creator Mike Judge. Office Space, special edition with flair. Coming soon to DVD.
That's the last straw. I could set the building on fire.
That was a trailer for Office Space from 1999, also from 20th Century Fox. This stars Ron Livingston and Jennifer Aniston, one of her early roles. And the interesting thing about this movie, when I looked up the movie on IMDb to get some information about it, they had a little clip. You always get a movie preview off of there, but it was roles that Jennifer Aniston had been up for or turned down, which was real enlightening because she had been in the run-in to do the Titanic with Leonardo DiCaprio.
And now, the way that everybody looks at it, she could have never matched up to Kate Winslet's.
Oh, probably not. But she was also up to do the Nicole Kidman part in Bewitched.
Also, I could have seen her do that.
I could have seen her do that. Oh, yeah.
Now, Will Ferrell as the husband, I don't know, but, Office Space, did it spur the series The Office that ended up going on to television?
I don't know.
It seemed like there were some similarities there. Maybe they just all hit at the same time, but this sort of had the viewing of, I'm just sick of this job, but if I quit, I can't get unemployment. But if I get fired, and then it's, we've had other movies that every time that you do something that you think's going to get you this, it keeps gaining you more.
I know, you just keep getting promoted up, moved up. But, this takes us into the world of the computer world and tech jobs and a whole new set of problems because it's not only women getting stepped on, it's these young men in this movie who work and don't get any recognition for what they do.
Yeah, this had a little bit of a feel with the computer side of Larry Crown with Tom Hanks, because, he was great with this, but once he hit the computer era, he had problems, so. But this one was just fun to watch, and this was probably one of our more stolen comedies, too.
It sure was, wasn't it?
Yeah, so needless to say, if you come and rent it, we really want you to bring it back.
Any movie you rent, we really want you to bring it back. Even Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yeah, which we got to call that person.
Okay.
But fun movie, and our next one's sort of that romantic comedy, little harder-edged Hallmark feel for the ladies that are in the Hallmark movies.
That's right. Well, this last one, we had been talking about going back and watching this movie again. So we did last night. So let y'all take a look at the trailer for The Proposal.
No.
Getting close.
Oh, come on!
Good morning, Miss Tate. I need you around this weekend. You have a problem with that?
No, I just my grandmother's 90th birthday, so I was gonna go home and it's fine. I'll cancel it.
Is that your family?
Yes.
They tell you to quit?
Every single day. Margaret Tate's office.
This isn't about my second raise, is it?
Margaret, your visa application is denied. You're being deported.
Deported? It's not like I'm an immigrant or something. I'm from Canada.
If you're deported, you can't work for an American company.
If there was any way at all that we could make this thing work.
Pardon the interruption.
I understand the predicament, but there's something that you should know. We're getting married.
Who is getting married?
You and I are getting married. Yes.
We are.
Getting married.
We are getting married.
Yes. Can't fight a love like ours. So, are we good?
Make it all legal, and we'll put this whole thing behind us.
I'm not gonna marry you.
If you don't, you'll be on the street all alone looking for a job.
Have the two of you told your parents about your secret love?
We're going to their place this weekend.
Oh, where's that?
Alaska.
Alaska. Where is Andrew's room? He'll sleep in here with you. We love to snuggle, don't we, honey?
Huge snugglers.
Breakfast for the happy couple.
Oh my God, what is that?
I'm sorry.
What is it?
It's the morning.
This summer. How can you be around someone who made your life so miserable?
Sweetie,
honey.
Some proposals change you.
Why don't you get married here tomorrow?
Let's see a kiss.
Why don't you just do it really fast?
For better or worse.
Give her a real kiss.
Sandra Bullock.
Hello?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my God!
Naked!
Why are you wet?
The Proposal.
Maybe a tad loose in certain areas.
I'm a bit chesty to begin with. It's like an Easter egg hunt. There they are.
Yeah, that's
That was the trailer for The Proposal from 2009. This is brought to us by Touchstone Pictures and stars Sandra Bullock, Ryan Reynolds, Betty White, Mary Steenburgen, and Craig T. Nelson in our leading roles. And I was telling Dave, I said, this is weird because Mary Steenburgen is married to Craig T. Nelson in this movie, and then in both the book clubs, she's married to Craig T. Nelson, and we all know she's married to Ted Danson in real life, but it's just weird they keep pairing these two people together.
They must work well together. They
Must do it.
enjoy each other's company and stuff. And this was Ryan Reynolds pre-Deadpool.
Right, and and this is the movie, instead of it being the woman beaten, trodden down under the man, it's the lady boss trodden down her little male assistant, being harassed in the workplace. And so it was a modern take on harassment in the workplace.
Right, and and we talked about doing horrible bosses that had Jennifer Aniston from our prior movie as one of the horrible bosses. So needless to say, though, this was fun, entertaining.
I sort of forgot how funny it was.
Right, see Betty White and of course then Sandra Bullock coming off with the little rap song was definitely unusual for Sandra Bullock. And
that little dance she does around the fire with Betty White. Yeah. Betty's like, whoa, this this chick's out there.
Yeah, so I ain't got nothing on her, And needless to say, then of course you got the Ryan Reynolds that's sort of like, this wasn't near as bad as I thought.
But I guess it shows you how sometimes our perception of people and how we build up, like the Sandra Bullock character, lost her parents young, had been on her own since she was 16, and she'd sort of built up this hard shell around her, probably to keep people out from being hurt again. And then she goes to Alaska and meets his parents, and it all just comes crumbling down on her.
Well, and then, with her being from Canada and getting threatened to be deported.
Oh, yeah.
So
and I wanted to slap that immigration officer that kept showing up in it.
Yeah, most of them were not that hard, but.
I would hope not.
Right, exactly.
Or so smug.
Yeah.
That was it. He was smug. Smack that smug off his face.
Oh, but there's our Labor Day.
There's our Labor Day. Watch it. Have fun with it. And because we did. And we hope to see you back next week.
They can come by and rent any of them.
No, they can't.
Most of them.
Most of them. Some of them are off the market.
That's true.
Yeah. They can, yeah.
So you'll just have to search Ben Lomond.
That's right. See if they can find them out there. But we have most of them. So I hope to see you back next week on Reels to Rentals.